Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Fiona Srindayani and today I will explain you about applying linguistics for effective English language teaching in ELT practice. Okay, today we talk about the four components. The first is phonology, morphology, syntax, and error analysis and feedback. The first is phonology. So phonology is the branch of linguistics that study the sound system of language. So in the phonology there are phonemes this is English has approximately 44 phonemes and 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds. So the teaching phoneme help learner distinguish minimal pairs such as P and B, like pin and bin, and L and R, like and right. And then in the stress intention, there are stress intonation or stress and sentence information feature that affect a meaning. For example, like a recur in nouns and versus a recur in verb. This is meant stress change meaning. So the next is connected speech features. So learner must be exposed to natural speech feature and including like in linking, for example, turn off pronunciation as a T or RN or F. Next is morphology. So morphology is the study of the word structure, like how to word is the structure. So morphology help awareness a student to expand vocabulary systematically by recognizing roots, prefix, and suffix. In the morphology, there are key concepts like the first is free morpheme. So free morpheme is they can stand alone as a word, for example, like teach, happy, and play. And then is bond morpheme. Bond morpheme is they cannot stand alone. They have a take to root. The for example like unhappy, happiness. The next is prefix. So prefix is add before the root word. For example, in unhappy, un plus happy, unhappy. The next is suffix. Suffix is after the root word. For example, like teach plus r, it is the teacher. And then is a derivational is they create a new word or change category. For example, is teach to teacher. The next is inflectional, so make a grammatical feature. For example, is from wolf and wolves. So in the morphology, there are they have vocabulary, and then you can see in the screen there are word family chart from learning design in the word, noun, verb, and adjective adverb. And in the morphology, they can give a vocabulary game design. For example, in the activity name like word builder challenge. So this is a level from senior high school. So there are game rule and procedure. The first is the student receive a set a root word, and then the student also receive prefix card like on, re, this, and over. The next is in group. Student can complete to from the maximum number of valid English for within 5 minutes. And the next is in each valid word earn 1 point. The each word used in correct sentence earn two bonus point. The next is the group present their word to the class so the teacher can confirm validity and hours point. Next is the syntax based gram text. or text-based learning. So syntax is the study of how words are combined to form grammatical sentence. So, understanding syntax will enable learner to contrast meaning utterance, avoid ambiguity, and communicate effectively. So, in the syntax, uh, there are text-based learning framework. The first is pre-text, like the teacher can introduce the topic, activity prior knowledge, and provide language input and model the text. The next is the enduring text. Students perform the task in the pair or group with focus on meaning. The next is post-task. So students report the result. Yes, and then the teacher can provide language focus, corrective feedback, and from focus review. And in the syntax, in the pre-text, the you can see in on the screen the teacher can show a comic strip weekend activities, and the teacher can elicit from then we did he do, and the teacher review regular and irregular verb, and then the teacher model a short story. Last weekend I woke up early, and the student received a verb reason card. And during the text, the student in pair student tells about the real image last weekend, and the student can listen and know escape verb use, and the student can switch rules and pair them collaborative to write a short narrative, and the teacher can calculate, monitor, and note language issue for pair and for language issue. And then in the post text, um, two or three parts share their narrative with the class, and the teacher can highlight correct past tense use, and the teacher address a common error, and then class correct from four error sentence on board, and then the last the teacher can distribute a self assessment checklist. So the next is error analysis. So error analysis is a methodology developed by Corder, so that systematically to identify, classifies, and explain error. So the first, like the student can writing sample. For example, the student sample one. Yesterday I go to school with my friend. We was learn English in the class. The teacher teach us about the tense, and we make many exercise. I'm confused because the material is a very difficulty. The next example is my father is a hard workman. He always go to his work every morning. Sometimes he brought me in school with his motorcycle. I'm very happy when he do that. So you can see on the screen there are some error analysis in the table. Like the first in I go to school. The correct form is I went to school. This is grammatical error. So it is a word where wrong verb tense, like simple past recur. The next is we was learn. So the correct form is we were learning or we learn. This is grammatical error. So this is our incorrect auxiliary verb was with the plural subjects. So this is double passive contraction error. The next is the teacher teach us. So the correct form is the teacher taught us. This is more phonological error. So this is overgeneralization of regular past tense rule irregular verb teach. The next is we make many exercise. The correct form is we did many exercise. This is a morphological plus lexicogrammatical. So this is overgeneralization of ad suffix to irregular verb make. Also do exercise is the correct correlation. The next is I am confused. This is the correct form is I am confused. This is a morphological error. So this is a omission of past participate suffix plus day. Confused is an adjective derived from past participle. So you can see the some example error on the screen. Next is corrective feedback. corrective feedback strategies. The first is in the corrective feedback, the response the teacher provide to learner error. The first is in the explicit correction, so teacher directly provide the correct prompt. For example, he go. When the student said he go, the teacher no, we say he goes. And in the research, the teacher reformulate the oral without explicit saying it's wrong. For example, the student say I go yesterday, the teacher say, oh, you went yesterday, where did you go? And in the clarification request, the teacher signal no understanding or error exists. For example, the student say I make a cat, the teacher, sorry, you said you make. And then in the meta-linguistic feedback, the teacher can give a comment or question about the grammatical correctness. For example, the teacher is that the correct past tense of make. So, and the last is repetition. It means the teacher repeat the error with the rising intonation. Like I'm very confused, you are very confused. Maybe that's all for example in the uh, give corrective feedback. The summary is the phonology is the branch of linguistics that study the sound system of a language. And the morphology is the study of word structure, like how the word is the structure, like the in the free morpheme, bond morpheme, prefix, suffix, derivational, and inflectional. And the syntax is the study how words are combined from grammatical sentence. For analysis is methodology developed to that systematically identifies, classifies, and explain error. Maybe that's all for me. I'm sorry for my mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.